Government has allocated $220 million to deal with the floods caused by the spillage of the Akosombo Dam. Members of Parliament in the Volta region, led by North Tongue MP Samuel Kojo Ablakwa, have demanded a resettlement and compensation package for victims. Government says this $220 million announced in the 2024 budget is mainly for relief packages. Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Kojo Asante has more in the following report.
So that is how both sides of the House jeered and cheered when Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta concluded the 2024 budget. The minority clearly not enthused with the measures outlined by government to deal with the economic slump, whilst the majority believe this is the stage, this is where things begin to turn around. The Finance Minister says Ghana's economy will now be valued at $1 trillion from the $219.5 billion they recorded in 2017.
The 2024 budget is even more significant because we cross, Mr. Speaker, the 1 trillion gross domestic product mark for the first time in our economic history. Let me repeat, Mr. Speaker, Ghana's economy under President Akufo-Addo in 2024, final year in office, is projected to be valued over 1 trillion Ghana cedis in 2024 from the 219.
But more importantly, one of the key issues this government has introduced in this 2024 budget is that $220 million is now budgeted for the communities that were affected by the Akosombo Dam spillage.
Government has budgeted an amount of $220 million to support the relief phase for the communities affected by the Akosombo spillage, as well as floods upstream in the Oti, Savannah, and Bono East regions.
But one thing that stood out also is that Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta told Parliament that this government has created 2.3 million jobs.
Invested $541 million in 169 IDF, 1D1F enterprises to scale up value addition and provided 140,000 additional jobs. And we have created, Mr. Speaker, over 2.3 million jobs in the private sector and public sector, approximately 900,000 in the private sector and 1.4 million in the public sector.
But in terms of the numbers in this budget, one of the key things is that government expects to raise 176.4 billion Ghana cedis in revenue in 2024, and it is projecting that it will spend 226.7 billion. That is about 50 billion in terms of the deficit, but government will be seeking to claw some back in terms of the revenue mobilization. The La General Hospital also came up.
Mr. Speaker, total revenue and grants is projected at 176.4 billion Ghana cedis, 16.8% of GDP as we move towards our 18% target. And this is underpinned by permanent revenue measures, largely tax revenue measures amounting to 0.9% of GDP. Mr. Speaker, total expenditure is projected at 226.7 billion, 21.6% of GDP.
The 2024 budget is now set to be debated from next week Monday when Parliament concludes work on the post-budget workshop. But there were no mention of new taxes. When this budget was about to be presented, we heard a lot of things about new taxes set to be introduced, but the Finance Minister has not announced any. In the coming days, we will see if there will be bills that will come to Parliament by way of taxes. We'll be looking forward to seeing that. But also, there have been no blanket removal of taxes. Government, of course, has committed to zero VAT rates on sanitary pads that will be imported and actually manufactured locally. And MPs are now set to debate it from Monday, and the Speaker says it will be a showdown. Reporting for JoyNews, Kojo Asante, Parliament House.
Now let's get some reactions to the budget reading. We start with the minority MPs who say they are completely unimpressed and are describing the fiscal policy as empty. Dr. Casey Alatoforson is minority leader.
Mr. Speaker, this government is leaving behind a budget that is debt-riddled. It's leaving behind an economy that is overtaxed. You are leaving behind an economy that is seeing hyperinflation. You are leaving behind an economy that is seeing high food inflation. And you are leaving behind an economy that is seeing high monetary policy rate. If that is not enough, Mr. Speaker, this government is leaving behind an economy with high lending rate. You are again leaving behind an economy with high unemployment rate. Mr. Speaker, as if again that is not enough, you are leaving behind a misery index that has never been witnessed in this fourth republic. In fact, you are leaving behind a misery economy. In other words, a misery economy. Mr. Speaker, to conclude on this matter, let me say that they are also leaving behind an economy where we are seeing massive and uncontrolled corruption according to the Party Bishop Conference. Mr. Speaker, this is the scorecard of this government. This is the legacy they are leaving behind. And so most importantly, I'm not surprised that today, you are here reading the budget alone. Where is the governor of the Bank of Ghana? Nowhere. Where is the vice president? Nowhere. But let me say, they cannot abandon you. You did this with them. And so they are the faces of destruction, and you are part of it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mr. Minister. Bye-bye, MPP. Then this is your scorecard. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Well, majority MPs, however, say they will expose the opposition National Democratic Congress's poor record on the economy. Alexander Feyomakin is Deputy Majority Leader.
That the figures cannot be toyed with. Dr. Atufosin, let me remind you that your government could not implement a single landing beach project. You came into this house with a law. You chickened out and you came to do capping. This government has successfully heard the cries of the fishermen. And we have constructed 12 landing beach sites. You come from the central region. You've not been able to do that for the people of central region. And you are telling him that he has underperformed. Hey, at all. Hey, Dr. Fawcett. Hey, at all. Are you saying that you as a deputy finance minister, you did better than Keno Foriata? Is that what you are saying? Mr. Speaker, it's the same NDC with its old men. They have no more card to play. They played their only joker on the scorecard. And today, you tell us that this economy is in its worst state. It was worse with all that we've experienced under COVID, with all that we've experienced on the global space. We have managed to keep the light on. We inherited Doomso under you. We inherited a situation where children could not go to secondary schools. And Mr. Speaker, we are ready for you today, tomorrow, any other day. Mr. Speaker, I thank you so much.
A very interesting debate in Parliament in relation to the budget there. Now, in the midst of the illegal mining destruction across the country, citizen resistance is mounting in some communities. One of them is Atronsu in Bibiani and Bekwai municipality. Residents are leading a crusade against any form of mining to protect their farms and a beautiful forest and water source in that community. This is captured in the concluding part of Poisoned for Gold, a documentary produced by Rastos Asaridonko. Here are excerpts.
Atronsu is a small farming community in the Bibiani and Bekwai municipality. It is home to this beautiful forest and its serene water source, the Atronsu stream.
Perhaps this is one of the water sources flowing through a very green, serene forest on my trail across Ghana. This is so clean, you can drink it. And this is the lifeblood of the farmers, the cocoa farms, pepper growing farms, other farms across this community.
Series of attempts have been made to give this land out for community mining schemes, but the community says no. 80-year-old Georgina Awotwe and others want any form of mining to be resisted.
Did you say you are bringing community mining here? These young ones are the reason we live and work. The mining will bring teenage pregnancy and truancy. The children will not go to school. Look at the devastation caused by mining on the Dunkwa Road. Look at how the buildings have been affected. Look at the polluted water bodies. Children are drowning in pits. We are saying we don't want any community mining. Give us better jobs, not mining. If the government wants peace, they should reconsider the decision to bring mining here. We don't want it.
Patrick Jaffet Danso, a farmer, and some residents are in court fighting to prevent the destruction of this green ecosystem.
If it is community mining, at least it is the community members who are to engage in it. But here is the case, they said two companies, Addo Mining Company, Aramzad Company, they are from somewhere that we don't know. The address can be found in Kumasi. So how come it is community mining? Now, the case is at the High Court. So until what we are seeking for, we want injunction to be placed on this community mining because we are not ready because of the consequences that we foresee. So no matter what, even if they are going to kill us, they should kill us and then take the land.
Me and my brothers and those who love the town, we are fighting. Even, I will say again, if they will kill us one by one, we shall fight until they stop what they want to do.
The 2022 PAVNSA Journalist of the Year, Rastos Asari Donko, is rallying pupils at the basic school level to be ambassadors in the fight against illegal mining. He's been embarking on a roadshow to telecast his documentaries on Galamsey to basic school students to court their support. Members of the Oxford Civics Club at Oxford Kingdom International School in Tamakoni 25 are the latest to view the award-winning documentary, Poisoned for Gold. Kwesi Adai Kwating has the rest of the story.
We do not want our younger brothers and sisters to be born without anus. We do not want our younger brothers and sisters to be born without genitals. And we do not want our younger brothers and sisters to be born with 6 fingers.
That is the passionate appeal by the president of Oxford Civics Club at Oxford Kingdom International School at Tema Community 25, Becca Amwaku Owa. She was gripped with emotions after watching children being born without limbs in a Rastos Asari Donko's Poisoned for Gold documentary. Speaking with pupils of Oxford Kingdom International School, the reigning Journalist of the Year educated the audience on the widespread dangers of the menace, calling on them to be ambassadors of the fight.
The water has been polluted. Ghana Water Company is pumping that same polluted water which has heavy metals, and they are treating them and pumping them to your homes in Accra. So though you are here and mining is not going on here, what somebody is doing in Ashanti region, in the Western region, affects all of us. So as you watch this, I will charge you to start a campaign on your own. When you go home, tell your mom and daddy that people are doing illegal mining. It affects all of us. So what can we do to stop it?
Headmistress of the school, Mrs. Joy Enukem, was elated that the viewing and interaction with the journalist had given the students a practical exposure to the academic work.
With this initiative, The aim is to enlighten or broaden the minds of these young learners to know the effect of land degradation as they learn in their social studies. They also need to hear from a resource person. So when it is well detailed and well explained, I believe they will also take a decision and make up their mind and also go out there to inform others because they are the leaders of tomorrow.
After viewing the documentary, President of the club, Becca Amwakun-Ewa, on behalf of the colleague, made an appeal to the government to step up the fight against illegal mining.
Illegal mining is evil, so together we should all say no to illegal mining. We do not want the negative effects of illegal mining in our country. We do not want our younger brothers and sisters to be born without anus. We do not want our brothers and sisters to be born without genitals. And we do not want our younger brothers and sisters to be born with 6 fingers.
Other students also shared the lessons they learned and also suggested ways the authorities can deal with the conquer.
I learned that toxic chemicals like mercury or cyanide are very harmful to the human body system.
Poisonous chemicals were never meant to come to the surface of the earth, but because of the illegal mining activities, they are poisoning us.
Do the president really know what's going on?
Mr. President, a student of Oxford School is asking you to know what is going on.
Patron of the club, Edith Akotia, said the group going forward will actively join the campaign against the conquer.
We are ever ready to partner with the media team. We are ready to partner with Erastus to fight this battle for the environment to be better, and our health would also be better for us.
The club honored Erastus Asari Donko with a citation for his outstanding exploit in the fight against Galamsey, as well as the laurels he attained at the just ended GJA Award. Kwesi Ade Quarters report for JoyNews.
Now, the governing New Patriotic Party in the Bono East region has begun vetting 23 parliamentary aspirants who are filed to contest the upcoming parliamentary election in the region's 8 orphan constituencies. The vetting committee, led by the party's second national vice chairperson, Madam Rita Talata Asobayere, is confident that the aspirants have what it takes to win a minimum of 7 parliamentary seats. Correspondent Anna Sabet has been monitoring the exercise.
The New Patriotic Party prior to the 2020 general elections had 5 out of the 11 parliamentary seats in the Bono East region. The party lost 3 of their 5 and won 1 more seat, granting the NDC an overwhelming 8 out of the 11 seats. With the party lacing its boot to recapture more seats in the next general elections, one of the most important exercises to elect candidates capable enough to win the party more seats began this afternoon with the vetting of aspirants from the 8 orphan constituencies in the region. Regional Secretary of the party, David Boache, disclosed to JoyNews that a total of 23 aspirants are contesting in the party's upcoming primaries.
Bono East, we have 8 constituencies that are classified as orphan by us because we don't have our members of parliament there. And the 8 constituencies in all, we have 23 aspirants contesting. The highest being Sene East with 5 aspirants. Sene West has 4, Pro East 3, Atebu Amantin 3, Kransa North 2, Kransa South 2, Kentampo North 2, then Techima North 2.
The party's major concern, according to David, is to ensure that it remain united before, during and after the polls.
It's very important because we take opportunity to talk to them. After every constituency session, we call all of them inside before the balloting, the committee leadership from national, the regional leadership, the constituency, if they have issue on any of them in terms of uniting the party at the constituency, they tell us. So we talk to them. Each of them will give a firm promise that if I win, I'll do everything possible to bring all my colleagues and their supporters behind me for a strong team. And they commit themselves that in case they don't win, they will support whoever wins.
Madam Rita Talata Asobayere is the second vice chairperson of the party and the leader of the regional vetting committee. She expressed satisfaction with the exercise so far and admonished the aspirants to accept the outcome of the polls and work towards the party's growth.
What went on this morning to date has been very successful. All the aspirants who appeared before us, some have contested before, some have been in this party, working for the party since 1992. So they are veterans of our party. They know the game. We have advised them. As for politics, when you are going into it, you either lose or you win. But we have told them, if you go into the contest and you lose, that is not the end of the game. You have to work towards the party's growth. You have to support whoever wins so that come 2024 in December, we will all be laughing and then we will have our president, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, in government, and then we continue with the good work that the NPP government is doing.
Regional chairman of the party, Ibrahim Bukari Baba, reiterated his quest to ensure that the party wins at least 7 seats in the region and is hopeful that the party will forge into the next elections on a united front.
I can't say something that I think I cannot do. In reality, my target is 9. My west should be 7. So looking at what has transpired here this morning, I'm sure that immediately after the election, we'll be able to reconcile the whole region, constituencies. Then we'll organize ourselves very well to go and face the NDC come 2024.
Anna Sabit, JoyNews, Techiman.
Now, President Akufo-Addo has described former President John Mahama's quest to return to power as deceitful. He says it is impossible for John Mahama to assume a new leadership push that when voted as president in December 2024. Nana Akufo-Addo believes voting for the former president will further stifle development in the country. He spoke at the inauguration of a library named after him in the Bantama constituency. Nana Ajima has more in the following report.
According to the president, the government of the National Democratic Congress under John Mahama failed to deliver on its mandate. He believes there is no evidence that the former president will do better when voted again. Nana Akufo-Addo therefore cautions the electorates against falling for what he terms as deceptions.
We are going to the polls again. The one who couldn't perform has been person seeking for votes. How do you do that? In the mandate, but you couldn't perform. How do you return claiming you have changed? You haven't. You are only trying to deceive us. Will you agree to vote for him? We won't do that.
The president wants the electorate to eschew tribal and religious differences and vote Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for his competence. He also campaigned for a second term for the Bantama MP, Francis Asenso-Boakye.
The Vice President, Mahmoud Bawumia, NPP 4, Ashade Bionyam, Apejano.
The NPP have elevated Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to take my place as flag bearer. I'm pleading with everyone not to disturb the party. In this country, we don't care about your tribe or religion. All that matters to us is an individual competence, truthfulness and hard work. Those are the factors we consider to vote. Also, it will hurt me for the Bantama constituency to throw Asenso out of parliament.
The MP constructed the community library and technology hub for the Bantama community. The facility, named after Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is expected to help improve literacy and ICT knowledge among children. Asenso-Boakye is Bantama MP.
We have to help the young ones get equal opportunities with others so they can compete globally. I have decided to help every community get a library and technology.
Making sure that community community library and technology hub.
For JoyNews, Nana Ochima, Kumasi.
And that's it for the bulletin this morning. There's more news on myjoyonline.com. Up next is the AM News Review. Stay on.